Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we are going to talk about some moves that the Republican Party is making, and particularly how some new terminology that is being used more frequently in the Senate among Senate Republicans, how that interacts with some things that are happening in the House, and how it certainly appears that Republican leadership is preparing for 2024 to be without Trump. Senate Republicans, you're starting to hear a term from them, candidate quality. And they are saying that they're going to have a more active role in recruiting candidates for 2024. And we recently saw this in West Virginia. What it means is that the pre-Trump Republicans, they're going to start recruiting candidates that are more like them and getting them to run. The subtext here is we don't have the Senate right now because of Trump, because of his bad picks during the midterms, because of him endorsing candidates that weren't electable, but they said nice things about him putting his ego over the party, so on and so forth. So they don't intend to let that happen again. Now, so far I haven't seen any reporting that suggests McConnell is behind this. But McConnell is the Senate when it comes to the Republican Party. My guess is that he does have something to do with it. Now, let's pair that with what's going on in the House. McCarthy, who is not exactly a strong leadership figure in the House. He is certainly not the House the way McConnell is the Senate, but he certainly appears to be attempting to sideline far-right, MAGA-style Republicans in the House. At this point, there is definitely a concerted effort of some kind within the Republican Party to shift it back towards the pre-Trump era. Now, how much good that's going to do come 2024 with everything that is going on with Trump and with the MAGA Republicans and all of the expected legal entanglements that will be all over the news, well, it remains to be seen whether or not this is going to be successful. But you can expect Senate Republicans to try to recruit Senate candidates that they're businessmen. You are going back to, my guess is back to the days of he's a successful businessman, an actual successful businessman, or somebody with a military record, something like that. Not somebody who has a large social media presence, not somebody who uses a lot of inflammatory rhetoric, because they have realized that's a losing strategy, and they are now trying to abandon it. That is certainly the almost an overt statement from a lot of Senate Republicans, and it appears to be what's going on in the House. This is happening behind the scenes, but if you are reading between the lines, the Republican Party has started de-Trumpification. I don't know how much good it's going to do, but it certainly appears to be the route they're on. And successful or not, I don't think it could possibly be a bad thing for the country at this point. The one thing that is worth noting in the real risk here is that the Senate candidates in 2024 for the Republican Party, enough of them win to get a majority, and an inflammatory social media style senator gets in there as well and uses that social media presence to push through more far-right nonsense that damages the country. That's the real risk with them getting the majority before they have finished getting rid of the elements that have put them in the position that they're in. Because if that happens, they may lose the Senate after that for an extended period. So McConnell's probably trying to figure out how to guard against that. I have no idea how he's going to do it. But that's where we're at. And it's an interesting development, especially this early on when they're all still pretending that Trump is going to, come out of this on the other side and be fine. And Pence is even downplaying some of the inappropriate rhetoric that has come from Trump. They're still catering to him. But it certainly appears that behind the scenes, they are working to limit his influence as much as humanly possible. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.